Hey guys, we'll be taking a look at the Nexus 5X today, which is a great little phone, but the price has never been this low. Just yesterday they dropped the price even more, so let's go take a look. Is it the next iPhone killer? It might be at half the price. Like I said guys, we're going to be talking about the Nexus 5X, which is actually made by LG, so it should be pretty decent. They made the last Nexus 5 and that was pretty good. If you take a look, it's got quite the nice design keys over here, and actually the headphone jack is at the bottom just like the iPhone 6. Is that meant to be like that? I'm assuming it is. So if you scroll down, as you can see, we have a 5.2-inch display with a 6-core processor. Snapdragon 808 is one of the most recent processors, so it should be able to handle most of your processes, if not all. But one of the nicest things that I found on the 5X as well as my 6P was the touch ID on the back. With your finger right on the back of the phone, you just put it there and it unlocks for you. It's quite a nice feature. And one of the biggest things about the Nexus 5X, which is good and bad, is the USB Type-C standard. The great thing about it is it's significantly faster in terms of charging, in terms of transfer speeds, but remember, if you're coming from any other device like an Android with a micro USB, you will have to get new cables. When I had the 6P, I noticed that was a huge deal for me. Of course, the great thing about any of the Nexus series is they're all unlocked right out of the box, so you can use any carrier. That's a great part about it. You buy it outright, go to any carrier, put in that SIM card, and you're good to go. We'll take a look at the specs once more. It is quite light and quite small for what it is, a 5.2-inch display, Gorilla Glass, so your screen doesn't scratch as easily as usual. Quite a big battery for a small device, 2700 milliamp hour, which should give you enough juice to get running, and the charge times are quite quick, where you get about 50% charge at 30 minutes of charging, which is really quick. The camera, like I said, is a larger size. It's 12.3 megapixels with larger micropixels inside, with a decent aperture for light and so on and so forth. Front facing camera is 5 megapixels, so for you guys that like to take selfies, it's a nice little thing to get you going. You have your Snapdragon processor, it's not a big deal. The only downside that I find to this phone is that it doesn't have an SD card slot, which no Nexuses do, so keep that in mind when you're buying your phone. But the dual front-facing speakers is a huge bonus for any of you guys and ladies who like to watch videos on the go while you're lying down before bed. Having two front-facing speakers shooting the sound right at your face is a lot better than it shooting at the bottom like any of the Samsungs or your iPhones that are out there. And look at it, it's beautiful. So the best place to buy it is the Google Store, and like I said at the beginning of the video, it's been dropped a considerable amount. It says that it's $50 off, but just 2 weeks ago it was dropped from $499 to $439. So overall, within the last 2 weeks, this phone has dropped $110 at a whopping $389. For those of you that are worried, that's in Canadian dollars. The US price is $299, which is only $90 less. With a Canadian dollar as low as it is, technically it should be 439 Canadian with the exchange rate, so I'd say pick it up when you can. Let's look at that thing. That is beautiful, a nice little phone. Is it an iPhone killer? I don't use that term anymore. I was just kidding with you guys. iPhones will exist and Androids will exist alongside it. It's made for different people and also the same people, don't get me wrong, but if you have other Apple devices, you should go for it. So guys, like I said, grab this phone. It's a great little phone if you need one. It should be the best bang for your buck. However, this price just dropped yesterday. Thanks for watching today's video, guys. If you enjoyed it, do what my shirt said and like it. Also, don't forget to subscribe for videos just like this and other segments where I tell you the best deals for the week. Take care, guys.